Average. I didn't think it was one of our better units for sure. I thought we gave really good effort on kickoff, uh, but we didn't really have to, defend many of them. But I thought it was our worst unit.
Did you feel like it was really in contrast to what you saw from them in fall camp?
No, I just think it's hard to give really, really live reps of some special teams units. So I think just the live reps were really good for us. That's one of the units that should get better drastically in game two. You say you get better between game 1 and 2. I think depends on how you practice offensively and defensively. I think special teams is a unit that should drastically get better.
Were there any personnel surprises in terms of like how guys performed in that game? Like, give you confidence about that moving forward?
I would say the guys who I thought were going to perform, performed. Like the guys who played a lot of football and were successful at playing football still played football well. You know what I mean? Like it sounds so simple, but like the guys who film was better than the athleticism, their film is still better than their athleticism, right? That's still showing up.
Do you think that you had enough variance of offensive weapons to be able to keep teams struggling to figure out what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, obviously when you're balanced like that, that's the first step. If you can run the football, everything else in football gets easy, right? Some teams run the football with big people. Some teams run the ball in personnel grouping. Some teams run the ball formationally. Some teams run the ball through tempo, like Mississippi State does. But you have to have an ability to run the football a little bit to create balance, in my opinion, if you want to win, control clock, win football games. And I think the fact that we did that is going to open it up because we do have some talent on the edge.
I know it's early in the week, but have you noticed anything different in practice so far heading into week 2 compared to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, today our kids thought that they won the Super Bowl on Saturday. They came out here with acting like we're an undefeated good football team. Like we practiced like a 1-11 team today. Like now, luckily they responded the last 6 periods, and we had a really, really good inning of practice. But that was a 1-11 practice for about an hour and a half. It's pretty embarrassing.
What do you think made the switch flip?
Comfort. People feel good about themselves. All y'all writing really good things and posting all these stats. We're #1 defense in America through 1 week. What kind of stat is that? Right? We're this, we're that. Look at all this really cool stuff. Oh, we're now the 14th worst team in the Big 12. Like, what the hell are we doing? And we got comfortable, and I'm trying to prevent that from happening, but human nature seeps in, and we got to be able to eliminate that. We haven't done anything. We're still a nobody. Right, and we got to get that out of our heads that we played a really good football game. Who cares?
Did you get on them?
Yeah. I lost my mind a couple times in practice, deservingly so.
So going into this week, SEC program, big game opportunity that ASU doesn't really get. What's the message to the team going into this week?
It's about us, like success. I say it, and our program is being the very best at whatever you're doing all the time. And if we do that and we bring passion, right? Nobody's going to want to play us. Nobody wants a team that plays hard every single snap and is physical and plays together. Nobody wants to play those teams, and those teams consistently win in college football.
Was defense the specific side of the field that you today, considering the stats and all these things?
No, it's just everybody, special teams, offense, defense. It's just we came out with a little bit of like, oh, my body's sore. We just won. We're pretty good. We got a chance. We're not good. We haven't done crap. We played 1 football game. Whoop-de-doo. And we got up on them big, right? Who knows if we would have been in a dogfight, what would have happened in that football game? That's how football goes. Sometimes you blow out teams that you're really not that much better than. Sometimes they blow you out. Like, that's the crazy part about football is you take away the first interception in the football game and the momentum changes. Who knows if that's a completely different football game? They punt the ball. We go down in our second drive and we actually don't score a touchdown. We kick a field goal only because we were in field goal range. Maybe the game's 0-0 with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Whole different dynamic, all because of the one play. And that's football, right? But for us, it's like we can't let that one moment make us think anything different and make us work any different. And I thought we did today at the start, and that's unacceptable. And I had to do a better job getting our guys to understand that.
Do you see any similarities between Chapin or maybe a younger version of Chapin and Sam?
Maybe I didn't watch Chapin as a younger player, so I don't want to make too many comparisons to him as a younger player. I remember him going in Big 12 title game and winning. I remember that. So obviously he has some winner in him, and I think Sam has some winner in him. But I don't know enough about him when he was a younger player to really dictate. And the schemes are so much different of what he does now and what we do offensively that it's hard to really make a clean parallel.
byproduct of a blowout win is to give a lot of players seldom used, a lot of good playing experience. What are you seeing from film, just collectively on that?
Yeah, I mean, you saw our twos went in there, and I mean, our twos kept the shutout going alive. Our twos played really good defense. Twos moved the ball, ran the ball well on offense. You know, we didn't throw the ball. I think it was like the 3 or 4 minute mark in the third quarter. Maybe the fourth quarter, the game was kind of, you know, trying to be respectful at that point. But so you didn't get to see the wideouts or the quarterback and that type of stuff. But you saw us still establish a line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball with that unit, and that's what I was excited about, was establishing a line of scrimmage with our second unit.
Going back to your offense, you know, 241 rushing, 258 passing, was given like the adversity that the offense faced last year. Was balance kind of the like a focus point in going into the season?
Yeah, I mean, running the ball is always the focal point. If you can establish the run, you can throw the ball deep. And that's really what the big challenge is. If you can establish the run, then throwing the ball and throwing the ball deep becomes way easier.
And then on Leave It, I saw a stat. You say you don't really pay attention to stats, but he's 6th in the nation in QBR. And, you know, quarterback, you have 5 starting different ones. I think that was the number from last year, most in the FBS. What does he bring to your offense, and what has he done for it so far? What can he do for it?
Yeah, Sam, obviously, I didn't see that stat. That's crazy. I don't believe it, by the way. I think that's wrong. I think that may be the West Coast. But regardless, I mean, he's a young buck who's getting better every single day. He cares. That's all I care about. Kid cares. He's passionate. He's smart. That's what I want. He's talented enough. He cares. He's passionate. He's smart. And I can attach myself to somebody who cares and is passionate and smart.
Coach, some programs like scheduling lighter non-conference slates. What excites you most about this opportunity to go down and play an SEC school?
Yeah, I'm just excited to. Our guys, another opportunity to perform versus good players. And this is an SEC school. I mean, this is a team that's going to play the best teams in the country week in and week out. They look at us as a must-win. They're looking at our schedule and they put a W before the season starts. That's what you do. I've been in the SEC. Oh, we're going to the West Coast to play a team. Oh, W. Got to win that game if we want to have a good year and make a bowl game, right? And we got to have that mentality that they're coming in here and they expect to win. They expect to win. We got to come out and be violent and physical and play with some passion.
Do you view this as kind of a barometer test to see how far the program has come in a short time?
No, not one game will tell us how far we've come. It's the ebb and flows of responding will tell us how far we've come. Not even the Wyoming game tells us how far we've come, in my opinion, because we haven't responded to adversity. We'll find out where we are as a team the week after we get our butt kicked. That's when we're going to find out who we are as a team and where the program's going.